So that's kind of a tough act to follow, but good evening, everyone. Our project is called Bias in the Black Box. I'm Camilla Ibrahim.
I'm Nick.
And so, am I clicking this way? Okay, so just in case you didn't have a chance to interact with our project today, this is what our project looked like. So when you first walk up to it, you just walk up to like a black screen, a black wood screen with a small hole in the center of it. And then either Nick or myself were asking you a bunch of like really random questions. So we asked you, do you have a pet? Did you cut your toenails this week? Where did you shop at the grocery store? And then when you walked around, it was revealed to you that what we were doing was basically creating a profile on you and trying to predict how you would vote in the upcoming Canadian federal election. So these questions were very unrelated and very random, but we were assigning values to your answers to create a profile on you, and then the sum of your answers gave you the prediction.
Yeah, so for example, our first question was, if you partook in our survey. If you didn't, you don't know this, that's a shame. But
you didn't get chocolate if you didn't participate.
Our very first question was, did you wear a uniform to school? And that seems unrelated. However, we could extrapolate that if you wore a uniform to school, you probably went to a private school, you came from an upper middle class background, therefore you might be more conservative leaning. Alternatively, if you lived near a McDonald's, then you probably lived in an urban area and you might be more liberal leaning. So it's very interesting how Camilla and I came up with these questions. So it is our personal bias that is reflective in the answers, especially because we graded the answers and we put our own extrapolations into these questions. So if you thought they were strange outcomes, you can blame us.
So we really wanted to play on the idea of companies who gather your data are categorizing you, and they're creating a profile on you that they're using to show different things to you. So for example, your Facebook newsfeed collects data on you, and we talked a lot about yesterday about computational propaganda and how that's used, and how it can reinforce biases that you already have, or it can create new ones. So for example, if your political leanings are already a little bit liberal or a little bit conservative, and we create a profile on you based on very arbitrary things, it might reinforce biases that you already have, and it might affect your behavior.
And this is especially telling in the wake of Cambridge Analytica and other data companies being out in the news for leaking our data, because all of these algorithms are deducing very important things, such as who we might vote for in the upcoming federal election, based off seemingly arbitrary information with little to no connection to what it's actually being used for. So that was our project. Thank you very much.